I would be someone who buys this guitar to use it personally. Some guitars you don't want to stop playing,
Yeah.
but then just because of the interview, you got to stop playing. Because there are so many guitars that are out there. You have the Martins, the Taylors, Gibsons, Guild, Seagull. So, who is it for?
They have come to a point where the quality as well as sound is at a point where it is matchable with any other brand globally. And there are in fact a lot of professionals who play on the biggest of stages to audiences of more than 30,000 people. They are using these guitars.
Alright, so today I have with me two of the most important people from Procraft. One is Aditya Talwar, who is the owner, co-founder, and he's going to tell us more about how and why did he get these guitars, these high-end guitars to India. And of course, Keegan, the product expert, he's going to explain to us a bit more when it comes to the technical specs of the guitar and much more than that. So let's go with it. The first guitar. Wow, this sounds really nice. Let me know more about this guitar, Aditya.
So the first thing, it's a Kepma. You know about Kepmas. You've interacted with the founder of Kepma as well.
Yeah.
It's a company that was that started not too long ago. So for the kind of guitars that they make, it's only been about 14 years since they begun. But they're already making such a big mark in the industry. They've come up with like such beautiful high-end guitars, which are being adopted by professionals, not just in India but all over the world. You know. To talk about the tech specs, I think we can ask Keegan about a bunch of things.
Alright, so the cool thing about this, it's got a solid spruce top and it's a high level grade. Even in solid tops you have different gradings, so like a AAA grade. And the back end sides, it's Indian rosewood. Now you would get mahogany, so if you see the sound of it and all, and just look at the guitar.
How they construct this guitar in terms of their processes in the factory is honestly state of the art, right? They have this one interesting tagline which says perfect every time, because they have introduced such high level CNC machines or like technology into their system. One of the interesting things is this thing called Plek.
Yeah, I've also heard that Plek is, something that is with just about 3 factories across the globe. That is what I've heard.
Yeah, just 3 or 4. Because it's a very, very expensive machine. What it does is something really interesting. So it will scan all the frets.
Okay.
And it will level all of them to such a point at the truest action though. It does so that you can even play at a really low action, and which I guess you can feel when you play it.
Yeah, I mean, the playability of this guitar is flawless, I mean, you don't really need to do much, tune the guitar and you're good to go.
Yeah. So the fact that the more you play the guitar, the better it sounds. So they have this room where they vibrate the tops for about I want to say close to 7 days, so that the pores of the top opens up and then you can hear it much, which is why it sounds so good right out of the box.
Also, coming to the preamp over here, you have the Anthem from LR Bags, which I think again is a great preamp.
When you're going for a guitar so expensive, you want something reliable and you want to not worry about these things on stage or when you're in the studio.
Because there are so many guitars that are out there. You have the Martins, the Taylors, Gibsons, Guild, Seagull, name it. I mean, there are so many high-end brands in the market today. So, who is it for?
It's in fact a very, very interesting question, I'd say. A lot of people come to us and say the same thing, right? Why should we buy a Kepma or a Hex or an Enya for that matter, or any other high-end that we have? We never say don't buy the other brand, but what happens is with these guitars, they have come to a point where the quality as well as sound is at a point where it is matchable with any other brand globally. Any professional can actually go for these guitars. Any professional, and I'd say in fact a lot of professionals who play on the biggest of stages to audiences of more than 30,000 people, they are using these guitars. So it's actually meant for everyone. And the biggest value add is over here is these guitars, all these guitars are now designed more for tropical conditions, because they're either made in China or made in China but a Taiwanese company, or made in Indonesia. So which is closer to, you know, how our weather conditions are, as opposed to the US, where your Taylors and Martins are made, and those are specifically made for those conditions, and which is why you face more problems here.
Yeah, also another thing to add is the price point. Because when people pick up this guitar, because of the quality, they're expecting the price to be like super high. They're able to get the price to a nice level where it's not super cheap, as you would find like cheap guitars, but it's not exorbitantly expensive to a point where, okay, your Taylors and Martins, it's gonna hurt your pocket, but you're getting great quality for a budget, and that's what we need over here.
Alright guys, so that was the Kepma G1 GA. We move to the next one now. Let's see what we have.
So this is the Hex, the top range of the Hex, top of the line, the D750 CE.
Sounds good. Now I need to know more about this one.
Sounds good. How good? Like where would you peg it? Like would you?
I would be someone who buys this guitar to use it personally, to be
Are you
honest.
just saying it, or you?
I mean it. I don't even know much about the brand or the...
Hex is a Korean brand. We've had the privilege to visit all the factories, almost all. Okay, can you guess the price for this?
I mean, for something like this, in one of the guitars that we named earlier, the big giants, the big brands, something like this would probably cost me around anywhere close to 80,000 to about ₹1,00,000 rupees.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's a fair estimate. Keegan, do you want to
Divide that by 2.
Wow.
So it's about 55,000. And
This is just great.
the specs of that is incredible, because again you're getting a solid top, spruce top, and again rosewood back and sides, solid rosewood.
Yeah, I can see that. Brilliant grains on them.
And one thing I love about Hex is they have this matte satin finish on the back of the neck, and that for me just makes it easier. And then it's got that recessed neck joint. So if you're someone who plays higher up, and it's got a cutaway, so if you're playing higher up, those lead sounds that you want to get, it's really easy to do that on this guitar.
And these are Grover tuners.
Yes.
Yeah. Very rarely do you find Grover tuners on guitars, but this is a beautiful guitar. I love the way they've placed their logo. Everything just looks perfect here. Different looking than your average guitars, or guitars that you generally see.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is going to be something that is an eye catcher. Something when you go on stage and people are just looking at the guitar and not at the artist anymore.
This is 90% plus carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Am I
Yes.
correct? Yeah. So this is a carbon fiber
Wow.
guitar. The company is called Enya. Enya has gotten super popular in the last, I'd say, soon after COVID.
Okay.
We've been fortunate enough to work with them for really long as well. They are all about innovation. They are still conscious about how the guitar feels, sounds whilst doing all that, because the biggest problem that happens is, yes, you try and do something new and you mess it up in the middle, right? So that's what they're not doing. They're doing a good job by like putting out good products. What's your opinion on this, Keegan, in terms of how are people responding to it?
So what's interesting about these guitars is, and Enya in general, is because they're making these weather durable guitars. Carbon fiber doesn't react to humidity. So right from the starting range of guitars, people want something that they can just take with them. They don't have to bother about setup. They don't have to bother about, okay, it's going to get warped, something like that. So they're going in for these carbon fiber guitars, and it's serving them like really well. Whether they're studio musicians or on stage, they don't have to worry too much about the guitar breaking down on them. And that's where I think Enya is really great. If you look at the higher end, if you even lift the guitar, it feels heavy.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
So what's happened is the density of the material that we've been using is higher. So that gives you a better sound. It gives you a richer sound.
I wouldn't have been able to tell, that it's carbon fiber because
Right.
it sounds warm, it sounds like wood. Of course, it's probably what they were trying to replicate when
Yes.
they were designing this.
Mhm.
Also, what I see is some nice bracing that's going on inside. From whatever I can see from the sound hole.
Yeah, again with carbon fiber guitars is because it's manufactured all in one piece. Unlike wood guitars, the strength and the rigidity is much higher. So what they do is they can put thinner bracings,
Right.
which are like these fine lines that you see.
Right.
That's just to give it a little more structural rigidity, but it does not hamper the sound of the guitar. Also, if you see the neck is slightly, the neck joint,
Uh-huh.
they haven't
Oh, yeah.
they haven't recessed it into the carbon fiber, so you have a continuous surface just for better
Right.
vibrations.
Makes sense. Yes, it does. I see this funky looking EQ that you have, this preamp that you have over here. Can you just tell me more about it? Because,
Yeah.
I've never seen something like this.
This is really cool, and it sounds particularly good on this guitar. So you long press this.
I just, turned
turned it on.
Yeah, I turned it on.
Okay, yeah.
I also see an option saying mic over here. What does that
Yeah,
mean?
so when you plug it into the output, it actually has an inbuilt mic. So when you're doing your percussive stuff on guitars,
Ah.
the piezo style pickup is not going to pick that up as much. So you have a mic and you can blend it to get a little more body sound.
Oh,
Yeah.
this. Wow. Yeah, I can hear that.
That's a delay.
And you have your chorus.
Chorus. Nice 90s rock.
I wish I could play that.
What's interesting is the actual technology that goes into this. So they have a transducer inside, which converts the actual surface of the guitar into a speaker. It's like this technology has been around for a while, but now they're putting it into guitars. So the effects that you're getting, guitar body is actually acting like a loudspeaker. So higher density carbon fiber, you're going to get much better sound.
Yeah, sitting at home or probably, at the in a green room just before you get on stage with a guitar like this, with the effects, you can do just so much. You can practice a lot at home.
Yeah.
Make your songs around the effects also.
Not just that, right? Like, so we've had musicians who find it very cumbersome to carry equipment along with the guitar, which is, let's
Yeah.
say, extra pedals or a processor and
Right,
stuff.
right.
And you have it on board, so you don't really need to do anything. You just turn that on, you adjust the effects, and it's so convenient to do that instead of.
Yeah, you have it, you can control it yourself. Sometimes you have to rely on a sound guy and you're like yelling, sir, make reverb less, delay more. Yeah, you just adjust it yourself and it's just convenient.
And it doesn't sound fake, it sounds full bodied, like
Yeah.
the chorus. I mean, of course, the guys at home, can't hear that maybe, but if they really come and check it out at Procraft or wherever your dealers are, they'll know what I mean, because it sounds powerful. I mean, the chorus sounds like a chorus right in your ears,
Yes.
It's not something that is shrill or, just because there's so much going on in this guitar, but then it sounds perfect. Yeah.
Cool, let's move on to the next guitar.
Yeah,
the
let's do
Veelah.
that, man. I'm
Yeah.
excited, yeah. stuff. Never heard of this brand before. Can you please introduce me to this brand?
Alright, so Veelah guitars, they're new as of now, which is October 2025. We've just introduced this brand into the country.
Alright.
Like every other brand, we do our due diligence, we find out what the company is about, and needless to say, these guys are also doing top-notch stuff. Taiwanese company rather, manufacturing in China, one of the oldest.
Yeah, I see it's like 1971 is...
Yeah, one of the oldest manufacturers of guitars. Generally what's important for us is when we work with a company is how they source their material, how they keep their material, how good the technical staff is when they're manufacturing the guitar. So all these things are checked all the boxes.
Right.
So
And,
let's get on to the specs. This is again an all solid construction. Mahogany back and sides with a spruce top. And what I love about this is again the nice little neck. So the way it feels when you hold it, the neck profile as well as the finish on that's something that I really take into consideration when looking at guitars. Another interesting thing is it comes with an LR bass pickup. So this is the VTC, if you see inside there.
Oh yes, I did, yeah.
And the cool thing about that is it comes with VTC stands for volume tone compression. So you can adjust your volume and tone from there, and it has an inbuilt compressor. So when you're playing and you just hear the output, it's a nice balanced sound.
It keeps it at one level.
And the pickup by itself, how much does it cost? It costs like what, around
12,000.
12,000?
Yeah.
Just the pickup alone is 12,000.
So it's a premium pickup that they have used on this guitar.
Premium pickup, premium build quality, and it's just really sounds great.
I mean, from the back and sides, it looks like one of those premium Yamaha guitars that we used to play back in the day, because this finish was only available on those kind of guitars.
Yeah.
And what would the price be on these?
Again, take a guess.
Around 70?
Alright,
65, 70?
so 2/3 of that. This is around 58.
Oh, very good. And what else do you get anything with the guitar?
So you get a gig bag with it, and
Okay.
then you get your Allen key and the accessories. The main thing about this guitar is just the pickup and the premium build quality of it.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, it's a
It's
great
nice.
sounding guitar too, it's a nice, well-balanced guitar.
Yeah. Again, all high-end guitars, but like so affordable, so accessible. When I say so affordable, means disclaimer. It's so affordable when you compare it with the other high-end guitars. So
Yeah, true. Alright, so let's move to the next one.
cool. I'm excited about this one.
Some guitars you don't want to stop playing,
Yeah.
but then just because of the interview, you got to stop playing. And
To start with, I want you to try and pronounce the name of the.
yeah, is it from Finland? Hsienmo.
Close. It's
Okay.
called Hsienmo.
Hsienmo. Okay.
These are hand-built boutique Chinese guitars.
Okay.
Like everything else, of course, now 99% of the guitars are made in China. That said, these guys do custom guitars. So you can actually give them the specs and they will build it for you. Interesting fact also is it's just a team of 5 or 6 luthiers who are building these guitars.
Super. How? I mean, if I have to place an order for something like this, or if I have my own specs, how long does it normally take for somebody to build a guitar and send it to me?
I'd say about 5 months is a safe bet.
Okay.
Reason is they say 3 months, but we'll take another buffer of another couple of months just to be safe, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to falter on timelines, and this is something which takes time. Building a guitar by hand does take time. You know that.
Right.
Yeah.
So the factory takes about, let's say, close to about 3 months and get it to India, and the rest of the things that happen once the product comes to India and getting it to the customer is roughly around 5 months.
That said, we have a few pieces that we've brought into the country, and we've handpicked them based on what customers require. Frequently ask
The
for
demands.
the demands. Yeah.
So do they also keep stock models ready, or they just take orders?
A few stock models are ready. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This looks like a custom built guitar.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it looks like something that I would order. People I know would order. So if someone likes something like this ready, I mean, they can always come and pick it up from me.
Yeah, again, this guitar is like obviously all solid construction, and this is custom made. And I've actually had customers who would consider going to China just to get one of these guitars.
Oh.
And then they contacted us and were like, okay, we can source it for you. And this is the kind of guitar like customers who want like very specific details. So on this one we have like AAA grade solid wood, and it's to custom specifications. If you go on the Hsienmo website as well, you can just pick and choose whatever you like. And that's something that's like really unique, I think, for an acoustic guitar.
And I also see something a little different. The other guitars had their die-cast keys. This one has a very classic take on their keys. They've got the open back. Yep.
Yeah.
Keys. It looks nice. I mean,
I love these. My concern with this is like you can get dust and stuff.
Yeah, but you can always.
But I just love the way it looks and it feels.
Again, when you spend so much money, you can spend a little more to take care of it.
Right?
I know. Great guitar. I love it. Brilliant. So you have the binding, and the same binding follows through on the fretboard. I mean, the same look.
I don't know if the camera is capturing it, but you can see it's got like a design in it. It's not just a plain white.
It's just great. So basically now we've checked all the high ends out. I mean, I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm sold out on each one of them, really. However, I'd like to ask you, Aditya. Now there are people who are, hearing these brands for the first time. They've heard a lot about the others. What would you have to tell them as far as the trust factor goes on them?
Well, so to begin with, these brands, all of them have existed for really long, right? Like, so I think all of them have existed for more than 10 years, which is safe to say that they're here to stay. That said, in India, we are the official importers and distributors for these brands. So, so we give very, very good after sales. But not just us, right? We have a great dealer network. Because what happens is when you're buying a high end, you don't necessarily want to buy it online. You don't trust it enough. So, which is why you want to go physically try it. And we have a great network of where people can buy it from.
Right.
And all of these people are equipped to support just in case there's something wrong that goes with it.
Yeah.
Because we have individually visited these factories and we're in touch with them, so anytime if there's any major issue, we can contact the factory, have them assist us in whatever work needs to be done. We're not just trying to sell guitars, we're also looking at customers that will come back.
Right. And someone who takes a high-end guitar, it goes a long way to that guitar. It is something that he treasures. I say, what guitar from the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, you showed me is something that you'd choose to play with?
I want you to answer that before I do.
I'd probably take all 5 because each and every guitar has a separate characteristic. You feel like playing something else, on another guitar. That if I choose a Hex, I'd want to play something that I would not want to play on another guitar. But I would choose the Hex.
Okay.
That's my favorite till now. And
Nice.
I love the carbon fiber guitar because of the trans acoustic that's going on, and it's just something that I would like to compose around and sit, play, and compose.
Good. What about you, Keegan?
I would actually go with the X4 because I do a lot of live shows, I do a lot of songwriting, and this is not just a guitar, it's a great songwriting tool. And the transacoustic lets me plug it into a PA system and have my effects without carrying a pedal board, which I normally have to. So just because of my requirement, I would go for the X4.
Okay.
Well, on any other day, yes, a Kepma, but in this range, because I play a lot of fingerstyle, though I don't play much, but when I do, I play a lot of fingerstyle, and the Hsienmo sounds the best when I do, and which is why in this I would pick the Hsienmo.
Super. So, well, everyone has a different choice, and I'm sure you're going to make yours. Come over to Procraft. At least what you need to do is really get it to hear the guitars. Come hear the guitars, and I'm sure you're going to pick one of them. If you need a high-end guitar, come over here to Procraft.
Yeah. Got it.
Cool, thanks.
Next.
That was good.